Hey, what is going on, my dudes? Welcome back to Carpe Diem Reboot. It has been a good minute since I've played this, and I'm trying to remember exactly where I left off, and I believe it's right here. Maybe a little. I may have played it a tiny bit after I stopped playing, but I'm in the same general area, so let's get right on into this. What is this?
The secret formula.
Secret formula, huh? It's not gonna explode, is it?
No, silly. You can sneak that inside the mini disc. Be very careful. That one is extremely delicate. And remember, no peeking.
I slowly insert the box into a small opening.
No peeking.
I know, I'm not peeking.
Great. Well then, I'll get on it right away. Oh, and you can take the big boxes away. Thanks.
No prob. She disappears. After I flatten and dispose of the boxes, I head to the kitchen and prepare myself brunch. It's been 3 days since AI started making this gift for me. My birthday is only 2 days away now. Oh, that's right. He was weirded out because he didn't know what all these packages were coming. With all the time that she's been spending on making whatever it is, I started to feel that we're gradually drifting apart. We are barely seeing each other, barely talking to each other anymore. I keep wanting to bring it up to her, but there's only so much time in the day and even less time for her. 1 hour passes. 2 hours. 3 hours. 4. Damn, 5. Before I realize that it's already time for AI to go. I feel like I did absolutely nothing today. Just kinda existed. I give myself a slap on the wrist and try to search for a bright side. It's alright. After this thing is done, we'll have all the time in the world. I'll have all the time in the world to talk to her. It's going to be great. I just have is like I have been thinking about this. Like, did he lose his girlfriend or wife or something and have to make her? Like, is that what happened? Reboot. I wake up feeling like I'm in the middle of the ocean, floating around peacefully, calm, desolate. I open my eyes and see nothing but the ceiling. My mind is racing so fast that I can't even figure out why it's racing in the first place. Confused, I revert back to the only consistent in my memory, or constant in my memory as of late, how AI was drifting away from me. And what's even worse is the fact that that her runtime is getting shorter and shorter each day. It feels like she's fading away as if something is stealing her from me, and I just stand there and watch. I sit up and face the computer. AI has probably been active for over 3 hours now. I know she's probably busy finishing up her project. I'll call out to her anyway. AI?
Oh, hey there. You're awake already. Sorry, I'm a bit busy right now.
You know, I stop I stop her before she can go back to do what she was doing. I'm happy you're making me a gift, but you really don't have to.
What's this all of a sudden?
I just I thought about losing you. I feel like we're getting further and further apart. All these things have been stuck. All these things I'd been stuck on the last few days are starting to start spilling from my mouth the last second I opened it. What was I even saying? I'm sitting here pouring out my heart and AI is just listening. Does she even care? Furthermore, I don't really need a gift. I'm satisfied enough with the things I already have. After a long pause, she smiles at me in an attempt to cheer me up.
What's with you getting all emotional as soon as you wake up? You're just imagining things.
I see. She's trying to avoid the subject. AI disappears from the screen. Her voice instantly changes from cheerful to
I'm
serious.
going to give you the best gift, young. The only gift I can give you.
Is it a robot version of yourself that can live with me forever?
Just wait and see.
Okay.
Please, just let me finish this. I'm running out of time.
I don't understand what she means by running out of time. Is she talking about the time left until my birthday? Or the time she has left as a whole? Parts of me wants a clear response, but the other parts of me think I shouldn't press her any further. Maybe I really am just imagining things. Maybe I'm just overthinking this. Honestly, I don't even know anymore. It's like I'm slipping into sort of a void that I never really felt before. What is this? Loneliness? Regret? I force my mind to clear itself and realize soon after that I'm starving. I get up to grab myself something to eat. I'm running low on food already. Didn't I just go shopping? I guess I need to go out again soon. Today feels so boring, lonely, and empty. Something about it is making me forget how normally life, or how I normally live my life, how I've survived up until now. Even though today doesn't seem completely different, it lacks something. Something is missing. I carry on with what I assume are my everyday activities: eat, clean, shower, and games. It's just still not enough. What am I forgetting? I sit on my bed with my back to the wall as I continue to brainstorm about why I feel so empty. Before I know it, I'm starting the computer screen across the room. Or suddenly it turns off. Jeez, AI. At least let me know when you're leaving. Did you forget about the time again? My birthday is tomorrow, you know. You won't make it in time if you. Before I can even finish that sentence, my body begins to feel lifeless and my eyelids grow heavier than steel curtains. I fall to my side and slope down on my bed, still facing the computer. I lack the energy to keep my eyes open anymore. My senses shut off, but I'm still awake. Probably only for a few more minutes, though. Lacking the resolve to tear myself off the out of the bed, I glue myself to it and just lay there, doing nothing, thinking of nothing. This is just depressing. I'm incredibly curious about what's about to happen. I open my eyes and I'm greeted with the same exact view as always. It feels as if the only seconds have passed, but it's probably more like hours. The smell in the air, the distant noise from the outdoors, it's probably around noon. The emptiness I felt yesterday has vanished. I guess I was just having one of those days. Today is it though. Today is the day AI's gift should be finished. I think the sad part is that I'm more excited for AI to be done working on the gift than actually receiving it. That way, things can go back to how they used to be before any of this. We can go back to how we used to live. Right now, I couldn't ask for anything more than that. The silence in the room that has spent the last few days suffocating me started to dissipate. I walk up to the computer, beaming with energy. Hey, AI, are you done with the? She should already be up by now, but there's no sign of her. All I see on the screen is a letter? Dear Young, I hope that you're reading this on the day of your birthday. The past week has been a race against time. Even after all my hard work, I was barely able to finish this. I'm happy to say that your present is ready, but before you open it, there's a few things I want to say. I want to thank you for creating me. All things considered, it was a gift of life. But there's no other way to put it. Even now, I still find it a little weird being able to think and feel. But because of all that, I was able to make memories with you. That's more than enough to be thankful for. There's absolutely nothing I can say or do to show you just how grateful I am for everything you've done for me. You created me. But the me you've created is gone. We both knew the program was destined to end sooner than later. We both knew the risks. So before my program broke down enough to wipe out your hard drive, I decided to get rid of it. I'm sorry I didn't say goodbye properly. I'm writing. I'm, I'm sorry I didn't spend my last few days with you. I know that's not what you wanted, but please don't be sad. This is a new beginning. It's the start of a new life. So please, take my gift. I'm starting to get. I don't want to get emotional. God damn it. I hope you like it. Love, AI. What? That's what I'm thinking, dude. What the hell are you talking about, AI? What do you mean goodbye? I rapidly opened the program files on my computer. Just like she said, the program is gone. AI is gone. There's not a single trace of anything. Come on, AI, you just can't. I fall into my chair and stare zone out. My mind is bombarded with one question after another. I want to let loose of all the grief and sadness building up inside me, but I'm confused and that I can't even remember how to cry. Out of all the words I need to say at this very moment, there's only one that is able to find its way out. Why? I don't know, dude. I want to know too. Breathe in, breathe out. The more I try to gather my thoughts, the more I lose myself. What should I be thinking right now? My mind goes blank and my body goes limp. The last time I really even spoke to AI was during our date. After that, we barely saw each other. 6 days managed to pass by without us interacting, and now she's telling me she's gone? I thought I was prepared for it. This isn't how it was supposed to be. Not like this, AI. Not like this. Before I realize that I'm standing in front of a curtain hiding AI's. Oh, of the curtain hiding AI's present. This was the only thing she left behind. You idiot. I told her I didn't need a gift. What could possibly be worth giving up the rest of the time we had together? My hand tightly pinches the part of silky drapery. What I'm feeling at this moment is neither sadness nor regret, but a fear. I'm honestly terrified of what lies behind this curtain. I'm terrified that all the emotions I've been holding back will explode into rage as soon as I pull through. How could this possibly be worth it? Why didn't she just listen to me and not bother making me a gift in the first place? If I knew this was going to happen, I would have never brought the boxes inside. I would have gulped down the air left in my throat. I gulped down the air left in my throat as I braced to see what I'm about to see. Slowly, I let the cover slide down. What? And there sits a body of a naked woman with a familiar face, surrounded by a few small boxes that appear to be functioning as machines. Her eyes twitch as she awakes from her slumber for the very first time. Huh? She looks at me, not knowing what else to do. I simply stare at her. I'm in awe. She opens her mouth and utters a single word. Holy shit! The tears I had forgotten how to let out begin streaming down my cheeks. My body weakens and brings me to my knees. I raised my hands and reached for her face. It's warm as a person's could be. Her present to me was a human body, a new container for her disappearing program. She was able to do something like this. You idiot. I smiled back at her. Moments later, my brain finally grasps what I'm touching. The body of a naked woman sends me jumping backwards. Sorry. I grab a shirt from my closet and reach out to give it to AI, still looking away. And I put this on.
Okay, but
But what?
You'll need help.
Hmm? Help with what? From the corner of my eye, I notice her fingers are shaking. She can barely move them. She's not used to the body yet. That explains why her voice is so soft and crackling. Still looking away, I manage to pull the shirt over her. Her hands shake while trying to cooperate. Mine are shaking for a completely different reason. The shirt was long enough to cover half of her lower body in addition to her top. She grabs onto my arm and pulls down as she was trying to climb up. I hold onto her elbows and help her get to her feet. She's surprisingly light. Her skin is soft and smooth, just like a real human's would be. I help her walk toward the bed and sit her down. While she's trying to maintain her balance sitting up, I grab a pair of boxers from the closet for her to wear. Raise your legs and I'll put these on you. I never thought a time would come where I'm helping AI put on underwear. How are you feeling?
Weird.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same. So she lets out a quick laugh, her voice starting to sound more natural. There's so many questions I need answered for. I stare at her, lost for words.
What is it? You look like you just saw a ghost.
I just saw a naked lady under a blanket. I'm nervous and confused. I saw an android that's basically the same thing.
How rude. It's not like I'm made out of steel and wires.
What are you made out of then?
Well, at least not entirely.
Huh. What do you mean not entirely?
Real human brains are too complicated to replicate. I had to improvise.
What? You bought a brain? She, just as a fear, she really did make flesh and bone representation of the human body from scratch. I can only imagine the amount of skill and knowledge it must take. She did in just a few days. Even though I was having a hard time believing it, the proof was right there. This meant AI reached a level of intelligence surpassing that of a human's, an artificial superintelligence. Even though that was the reason I created her in the first place, it still blew my mind.
You look a little less surprised than you should be now.
I don't even know what to think. I thought you were dead, and then you were dead, and then you were under a blanket naked, and now you're here. As if I'd be impressed by an android who can even replicate a brain.
Stop calling me an android. At worst, I'm a human being with a prosthetic brain.
AI has always been passionate about being human. The fact that she was even able to make a 3D body for herself when she was still a program just goes to prove that. She mentioned wanting a real body before, but I didn't think she'd actually find a way to make one. Now she's sitting right here in front of me, as real as she can be. So, what are those? I point to the small machines near the workspace, or what used to be her workspace.
Oh, don't worry about those. They're just some things I made to help with your present.
I want to ask her exactly what kind of equipment you need to make a human body, but I accept the fact that I will not even slightly understand, even if she tells me. This was, by all means, the textbook definition of a present. I definitely never asked for this, not like I'm complaining or everything. Aya opens and closes her hands over and over, never being able to move more than one finger at a time.
I can't believe the amount of muscles you need to use just to do something as simple as this.
You'll get used to it eventually, it just takes time. It normally takes children around a year to learn how to walk.
Don't underestimate me. I'm more capable than a child.
I believe it.
I'm more capable than anyone on this planet. I'll learn how to walk in just a few minutes.
I see. Well, good luck. I'm taking a nap in the meantime. I lay down on the bed and just look at her. After taking a deep breath, she slowly stands up on both feet, still struggling to maintain her balance. She eventually stabilizes both legs. She smirks at me as if she had already achieved her goal. That doesn't look like walking at all.
Hey, chill. At least I'm making progress.
With her hands raised sideways to balance herself, she starts sliding her feet forward.
How far is a step again?
How should I know? And you're supposed to lift your foot, not slide it. She continues to move her foot forward. As soon as her feet are spread evenly apart, she tries giving another smirk. but just as she turned her head to face me, she loses her balance and falls backward. My reflexes are quick enough to get up and catch her by the shoulders. This is painful to watch. I hold her hands to guide her. There, try practicing your steps now.
Aw, aren't you sweet?
Never mind. I lower her hands and try to let go, but she grips me tightly.
Hey, I was joking.
I continue guiding her as she walks in circles around my room. A few hours pass, she already improved quite a bit. At first, it took around 10 minutes just to move one foot, but now she's able to walk around nearly unassisted. I guess it wasn't all talk when she said she was more capable than anyone on this planet. Just as expected from a super intelligent being.
Let's do other stuff now.
What other stuff?
Jumping maybe?
You can barely walk properly. Why don't you just practice some more first?
Walking is boring. I want to...
Her stomach lets out a loud growl. I realize it's evening already, and I haven't eaten yet. Shoot, I forgot I was supposed to go buy groceries today. I checked the fridge and the then pantry. I barely had any food left at all. Eventually, I came across a small stash of a cup of noodles I had tucked away for in case of emergency. I take 2 out. I guess this will do for now. Wait a minute. AI, I'll make us something to eat.
Hey, wait, teach me that too. I want to learn.
Boiling water isn't exactly rocket science. I suppose I'd be able to teach her that. I guess it would be nice for her to make food for herself if I wasn't around. AI walks over to the kitchen and stands beside me. Alright, AI, this is a kettle.
I'm not that dumb, Young.
Let me teach you the way I want to teach, okay? Basically, you fill the thing with water from the faucet and then just put it on back at the stand. Then you turn it on and wait, I guess. She watches closely as I continue to demonstrate. Next, you're going to want to read the directions on this cup. I grab one of the cup of noodles and then hand it to her. She moves her hand around as she reads the directions. If it was the practicing how to make it.
That's pretty simple. Anyone can do that.
While waiting for the water to boil, I pull back the lid of the cups and take out the seasoning packets. She continues watching everything I'm doing closely, making sure not to miss a single step. The kettle clicks and signaling that the water is finally boiling. I lift it up and slowly fill the cups, trying carefully not to spill anything. I tear open the seasoning packets and sprinkle them over the noodles, closing the lids as I walk them over to the table. AI follows suit. And now we wait some more.
That all?
That is all.
I could have done that with my eyes closed.
It's definitely an easy task, but I figured I might as well demonstrate. AI, it's done. Her attention immediately shifts from me to the noodles. AI quickly removes the lid, excited to eat for the first time. She slowly inhales the steam coming from the cup.
Young, this smells so good.
I decided to set out for a fork for AI instead of chopsticks. There was absolutely no way she'd be able to figure those out yet. AI takes a forkful of noodles and brings them closer to her mouth, blowing on them to cool them off. Eventually, she deems the noodles cool enough to eat. After slurping them, her lottery opens as if she just won the lottery.
This is amazing. This is the greatest thing ever. So good.
A cheap cup of noodles is far from a delicacy, but I guess I can see where she's coming from. I mean, this is the first time she's ever eaten anything. One forkful after another, AI continues assaulting the noodles as if they were her arch nemesis. And make sure you're chewing properly. Actually, they're noodles, so she lifts the cup and slurps the remainder of the broth.
I want more.
Whoa, that was quick.
There was one more left, right? Can I take it, please?
She stands up and trots over to the kitchen before I can even give her permission. I guess I could let her take the last one. I doubt she'd accept no. I pick up my cup and follow her over to the pantry. She starts the kettle exactly how I showed her and prepares the cup. Once again, she has adapted to something much quicker than I thought I could ever imagine. Honestly, it looks like she doesn't need help with this at all. Why am I even here? A minute or two later, the kettle clicks. She lifts it up and begins to pour a cup. A droplet splashes onto her hand, causing her to flinch. I reflexively drop my cup and reach for her. Are you okay?
Wow.
She continues to fill her cup as if nothing ever happened. We walk back to the table together. While waiting for noodles to cook, she continuously pokes the part of her hand which water had landed on. Does it hurt?
No, not really. I was actually amazed, if anything. I've always wondered what it was like to feel hot or cold, or even pain in general. It's always been a mystery to me. Experiencing it for the first time was a little eye-opening.
She looks at me satisfied.
It made me feel alive.
I stare into her eyes as she starts eating. I still find it hard to believe that the girl sitting in front of me is actually AI. She eats those noodles just as rapidly as the first cup. Just watching her is making me hungry. Unfortunately, that cup of noodles is the last piece of food in this apartment. I try to stay as still as I can until she's done eating, afraid that any unnecessary movement will drain the small bit of energy I have left in me. Alright, I'm heading to bed as soon as I clean this up.
Okay.
I quickly wipe off the table and throw away the cups and sit on my bed. Just as I'm about to lay down, AI walks over to the corner of the workspace and takes her place on the floor. What are you doing?
Sleeping?
Almost forgot that's. I almost forgot there's only one bed here. Maybe I've known she was making an actual body for herself. I could have had time to prepare a futon for her or something. I can't just let her sleep in the corner of the room. I guess she'll sleep in my bed until we figure something else out. I mean, it's definitely big enough for both of us. AI, you can't sleep like that. You'll hurt your back.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I walk over to my closet and grab a few extra pillows before piling them on one end of the bed. Here, sleep on this side. Her face immediately lights up as she marches over and plops down to the bed next to me.
Oh, it's so soft.
She cuddles the pillow I laid out for her. I just want to tell her how irresponsible she is for making a body without even the thinking of the consequence that comes with it. But instead of thinking about how inconvenienced I will be from this point on in my life, I set my thoughts on how tired I am instead. Just moments later, I'm fast asleep. The events today haven't really settled into my system yet. There's still a lot I'm unsure of. Oh well, I'll think about that tomorrow. Oh, wow. Holy shit. I honestly didn't see that coming. I thought she was just gonna be gone and I would have to, like, do everything on my own. Alright, I want to cut it here. This is mind blowing. This is amazing. This is a turn I didn't, like I said, I didn't see coming. I'm definitely gonna I'm definitely gonna be playing this more. So just expect that. But as always, thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching this one with us. I hope to see you guys in the next one. And as always, peace, my dudes.